You ready to go? $40-something. Let's talk about Yeti. I'm pretty excited actually about the new 575, which we've just got built this week. It's a classic that sort of, probably the wheel size debate has given it, you know, some new legs, and yeah, pretty stoked on that actually. You know, I thought it was going away, and they sort of really pulled one out of the bag with the reinvention of 575. The surprising thing is it's quite light, you know, very simple, very pretty design. 150mm, so it's a full 150mm travel, 27-inch bike. A great price point, and you know, I think just looking at that particular spec, it's going to be killer. And the end of 26, yeah, I kind of like look at the nostalgia. I mean, you know, if you went back 10 years and thought, you know, this will be done, you would have gone, you're crazy. And potentially, I think a lot of it right now is that a lot of the athletes want to try it, but is it better? You know, that's going to be the $1,000 question. And you know, if you look at the World Cup results this year, 26-inch bike, you know, dominated. Yeah, weirdly enough, actually, I was just looking at a section of Glenn Jacobs' course. Looks like some superhighway on the downhill course, a corner at about 60k an hour that he's making at the moment. Looks insane. And the one thing I just looking at that vision that I really remember about Cairns is the heat. You know, that heat you get when you're in that jungle, and you know, the sort of breathlessness, the air, and how hard, you know, racing cross country was there, and obviously how hard, you know, racing downhill in that heat would be as well. So, hey, darling, what is it? You need a drink? Yeah, my kids are learning Mandarin. The future. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
From an iPad?
From an iPad. Actually, when the young bloke goes to lessons.
You want an ice cream?
You want to be on TV? Kids. Daddy daycare at Rowney Sports. There's a lot of challenges in retail at the moment. Obviously, you know, one of them is the way that consumers shop these days. The other aspect is, you know, ideally, you know, availability. But I think the key for any of our major retailers is service. So once there's a service aspect involved, you know, potentially price comes into play. But if they're getting service and they're getting looked after, you know, they're coming back. And we're seeing, you know, a few real core retailers absolutely nailing it right now, and you know, having to be very active on social media, race teams, you know, even just this sort of creating something around your store that's, you know, different from the guy down the road. Oh, look, would you like an ice cream?
Is it really good?
Would you like an ice block? You can't beat like this.
Just simple Aussie buller.
Simple Aussie buller. We should get a buller for a road trip. Where do I like to ride? Probably not Stromlo.
I love Stromlo.
I feel like being an astronaut on the moon. I'd actually, yeah, I like buller. I like Thredbo though. There's something about old school 6-minute downhill. It's kind of fun, but I think Thredbo could be quite a unique destination once I get some trails in there. Well, 75 does replace 5. And if 66 and 95 had sex, it'd end up with the 75. It's closer to the 95 than it is the 66. So it's still, you know, it's not quite as long as a 66 and closer to sort of 95. But it is, you know, it's not a 66 replacement. What's that? You want to have the rest of this? I knew pretty early on, and I was like, are you fucking kidding? Actually, I'll repeat that because I just swore. I knew fairly early on, and I thought, man, is he kidding? That was just ridiculous. Like the speed he was going on. You own an SB66, right, Michael? And you go fast, but you don't go Jared Gray's fast. The one thing I always say about Jared Gray's, and I've known him for a long time, I actually nicknamed him Grubby. When he was actually on Team Yeti with me back in all those years ago. You know, when he puts his mind to it, he's just a phenomenal athlete, the way he trains and does everything right. And when he's focused on something, he's you know, fairly unstoppable. Yeah, most people at World Champs is you know, there's really only one medal and one jersey and consolation prizes, you know, second and third. he's a realist. Like, you know, let's be realistic. It's like he was done at that point. You know, even with the best ever run, and that's the mentality of somebody that wants to win. You can look at that, and people can make opinion of it, but then you can also look at the last 2 World Cups and just go, well, that's his mentality. You know, the gas is stuck. You know, and when the gas is off, it's off. The throttle doesn't turn again.